Good morning. I'm so glad to see you this morning. This is Liz Bailey. As you probably know, I was born in Britain and I'm a demo in America. I'm based in New Jersey, and I've been here quite a while, over 20 years, so the accent may be a little mixed up, shall we say. Anyway, I'm really happy you've joined me today. I'm on a bit of a buzz at the moment. Let's see, I've only been in from a run about an hour, and it was a good run, and I don't know why it's so hard to get out of bed to go running, because afterwards I feel great. I feel energized, and I just feel more alive. But when I'm thinking about getting out of bed and going running, yeah, it's a bit harder. Anyway, I'm not here to talk to you about running because I'm horrible at it, so I don't think I'd have much to say, other than it doesn't matter if you're slow. So I'm actually here to show you a few cards with the Ridiculously Awesome set, which is a set that Rhonda Wade designed with Sarah's husband, Sean Douglas, as a reward for $1 million in sales, which is just mind-boggling, and it's a really fun set. It's all sentiments, but you can have a lot of fun with them, as I hope to show you. So, hey Celine. So I think I've given people enough time to join. I'd like to say that if you would like to get the package of supplies to make the cards I'm about to show you, if you place an order with me for 25 bucks, and I will mail you this little package. Well, not this one, I'm going to use this one obviously, but one just like it. So let me point, first I'm going to change my glasses so I can actually see what I'm stamping, and then I'm going to point you down and show you what we're going to make, okay? So let's see if I can do this without making you all seasick. So here we go, point you downwards, move this in, and I mean, it's great that it's nice and stiff, this stand, but it is hard to move. Okay, I think that is about perfect. Well, hang on, let me just move you a little more. There we go. So here's the set we're going to use today. As I said, it's called Ridiculously Awesome, and which I think is a fantastic saying. So having shown you this, I will show you what we're going to make with it. So this one is just a really nice, simple gold and vanilla card. Nice and simple. Then I got a bit carried away with my rectangular stitched dies, which I use all the time, as you know, if you follow me. And so I cut a frame out, which has left me with a stitched piece of DSP as well. So I'm going to use this in some way because I don't want to waste it. It's got a lovely stitched edge to it already. So it's halfway to a card, right? So, and then here's the other one. I made this with a couple of inks and a spritzer on a block and put it on watercolor paper. I tried it on regular paper, but it was just a bit, it wasn't so intense. So I decided this was much better. So let's get going, shall we? Let me get my stuff out of my bag. And because I'm doing this online, and I can't actually get my head right over it, I've got two of these just in case there's some kind of issue. So you just take off all the things up to the first card base, and that's what you need for the first card. So let's do the embossing first, because there's not much to do on this card apart from the embossing. If you've got a buddy, use it. And I still haven't got any plastic spoons, so I've still got the spoon out of the kitchen for my This one's stiff. This is my gold one. So yeah, it's really fun to have these little pots. It's much easier. I mean, I still get the stuff all over the place, but it's not as bad as it was. So let's see if I can stamp this from over here. Hang on, that's the wrong one. Oops. Yeah, I think maybe the running, although it makes me more alive, it's apparently has used up too much of the blood in my head or something, I don't know. So I'll be a bit dopey for a while, I guess. Or dopier than usual. Here you go. Now that is the right one. So, making progress. So I'll get out my little pot. And I can just sprinkle it over here, like so. See, that's where I get it all over the place again. But, you know, it's better than having to put it on the paper. So I'll just put that back over there. And if you've got your... Oh, I bashed that, didn't I? That is not good enough. Just have to reapply a bit there. There we go, that's better. So if you've got your volume up, you might want to turn it down a bit because it's going to get loud any second. I'll just let that heat up a bit before I start waving it at the card. So, bending it a bit, bend it back a bit on the other side. Try not to burn your fingers. That's the problem with cutting out the die cut first, is you've only got a small piece of paper to hold on to. Whereas if you're doing it and you're going to die cut it later, it's easier, and also it doesn't matter if you do it wonky then, because you can just cut it out as if it were straight. But I haven't figured out yet how to die cut without shaking the table. And you know how to die cut, you don't need to see me do that, so here we go. Just bend it back a bit. There we go. There we go. Right, and this one I did super simple. Oh, and it's straight, so I've got a spare piece for another card. Probably a similar one. And I just put this on my card, like so. So as I said, this one's really simple. You can whip it up in a very short amount of time. Just make sure you put it on the right way up. And you see here, let's see, I reckon about there. And then I've got these glitter dot things. They've got, I think they're gold glitter dots or gold glimmer dots, I can't remember. But if you can see, they've got this kind of glimmer in the spots. It's really pretty. And easiest way to get them off is using this. Just push it a bit and then it jumps around and you get it. There you go, got it. And you just slide it off like so. Yeah, the other ones are very useful for helping to turn it over. I don't know why. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but I haven't found it yet. And this works, so come on, turn over. There we go. And just slide it off. There we are. Cool, huh? So, one card in what? I whittled for a bit, maybe 5 minutes. That's not bad, is it? So, that's that one. Then we're going to make this one, which by the excuse me, which by the way actually has a ribbon on it, which not many of my cards do, I admit. But that one, I think it looks great. So we get the pieces. There we are. And this one, this is the regular kind of 4 by 5 1/4, right? And this is a tiny bit smaller because when I made my original, there's a slight, you can actually see the underneath. So I thought, you know, rather than worry about that, let's just take care of that by making it smaller. We'll see if it works, because of course I've also got to stamp the sentiment in the right place. Yeah. Let's see how it goes, shall we? Right, I've got real red here, and this is a piece of, what is it a piece of? I can't remember. The poinsettia paper, which is a vanilla-y based thing, so this is why I'm doing it on vanilla. And I want the ridiculously awesome thing. And just clean that up a bit. That chamois is pretty good. I was playing yesterday and I used it and it made it wet, and it's still damp enough to clean this, which is pretty good really, isn't it? So let me just better not wobble. Okay. So we want it in there, right. Just let it. Wow, that's very, very dark. But it's very dark. I guess I didn't get all of the but you know what? It looks fine. Or does it? I don't know. Maybe I'll do it again on the other side. Because there's a reason that paper has two sides, isn't there? I've got real red, yes. There we go. That's better. Still. Right, so now all we have to do is put some glue on this piece. Actually, no, on the other piece, because that's the smaller piece, so that makes sense. And we just adhere it to the frame. And then we line it up so that we're yeah, right. That's pretty good. And then we put it on its card base. Which side is the shiny side? That side. Okay. Yeah, let's get it the right way up, right? And here is the ribbon, which is sheer ribbon, and it was $7, and it's in real red. So I'm just going to make a little bow. Like so. Bit. Let's see, that looks good. Get my scissors out. Get the ends to be nice. There we go. And then we get ourselves a glue dot. And we apply apply it? No, I think, yeah, I think maybe the running has jostled my head or something. That's better. Right, there we go. Now, we're going to get messy. Well, I'm going to get messy. You're going to watch me get messy. So, the first thing we do for this is, well, first I'm going to get this real red out of the way before I mess something up. So, the first thing we do is we make the background, which is very messy, but it's okay. And I washed my hair already this morning, so I guess we're just gonna have to live with inky fingers until tomorrow when I can wash it again. So here's what I did. I took Mango Melody and a big E-block. We'll just take that off of, like so, because that will fit nicely in here, right? And then I just tapped this over my block, like so. Take that out of the way for a minute. It doesn't need to get splattered. Then I took another block, doesn't matter the size, and I put some Melon Mambo there. Then I used my pokey tool, but then I started wondering whether this would work better, so I'm going to try this today. So, and just put some little splodges of, oh yeah, this works much better than the pokey tool. It's good to experiment, right? So now I've got little splodges of that. Let me just get a paper towel out because I'm going to need it, and I can clean that off, and my pokey tool, because having little bits of ink lying around is not a good thing. Then what I'm going to do is I've got my what is it, Stampin' Up mister, and I'm just going to then I'm going to move it around a bit, because why not? Then I'm going to clean my fingers, which will almost certainly be filthy by now. And then we're going to put down a piece of watercolor paper and press down. And you get this beautiful, sometimes it has little splodges, but that's okay. And then it gets everywhere because you've made it wet, and you just kind of clean up a bit. I actually had to wash one of these after I had made this card the first time. And then you can, if you want, you can take some of the, be better with a clean piece, admittedly. If you want, you can pull some of the colour off because it's a bit wet. But as you can see, you obviously will have to wait. So I would recommend, well, overnight is probably the best, but you could get away with it because this dries fairly quickly. But for now, I'm going to, through the magic of television, here's one I did earlier, actually yesterday, to make sure it was really, really dry. I don't know where to put this one to dry. There, will do. It might drip a bit, but hey. So here is what you would end up with. And as you can see, I got some little splatters. And when I made the first one, I cut it down so it had a kind of a border. But today, I'm not sure that I'm going to. I mean, I'll give it Mango Melody again. But that looks pretty good too. So I'm going to do one this way and not cut it down because, well, because why not, you know? So I'm going to emboss this in gold kind of a gold kind of day, I guess. But I do need to clean it because it's got red on it. So I'll get my chamois out, get that all cleaned up. And then I'm going to put the Versamark on it. And is it straight? That's pretty good. Let's put this down and hope it's straight. And then we grab my lovely little pot. Oh, I love this pot. It's so cute. I mean, it looks like it's for much more important things like lunch, and keeping that clear. Yeah, this happened before. Just doesn't seem to want. I guess it's because it's watercolor paper. It's harder to emboss. See, it's better, but it's still. I'm still making a mess. Hang on. Let me just. Right, there we go. Much better. Right, now I'm gonna heat it, of course. So turn down your sound if you've got it up. It's still not brilliant, is it? I mean, I think it's better than this one. But I even re-inked my Versamark. Maybe I'll have to come up with a different method. If I do, I'll let you know. So that is nice and warm. Just, if I could find my, oh, here it is. It's right in front of me. Do you do that? Do you lose things on your desk that are in plain sight? So I'm going to put a lot of glue on this because it's a little warped and I don't want it to stick up. Okay, make sure it's the right way around. Yeah, I do like this border. There we are. And then I'm using these glimmer dots again because once I started using them, I was like, oh, I really like these. They're kind of fun. So let's put some of these on. Oops. See, there you are. You push it off and then you can pick it up. Probably not an orthodox way to use it, but hey, it works for me. Just push it until it jumps up. Oh, actually, there's another way I found. You can kind of bend this and it will kind of pop them up a bit, and then you can get your thing underneath. So, see that again. Just bend this and it pops it off easily, and then you can just get it with your handy dandy tool. So, and then I like to push them back down again in case more have been popped off, and then they're good to go. So here's what we made today. There's that one, this, and where's the other one gone? Oh, here it is. So that's what I've made. I've got an idea for another one, so you may see that later or not. Depends how it works out. It's still in my head. So again, if you would like a package to make these cards, which I'll also include ribbon with the die cut pieces and card bases, just place an order with me for $25 or more. I've got my host code and my online store in the title above this video, and if you could share it and let me know you shared it, I'll put you in my raffle that I'll pull every Sunday and for the previous week, and you'll get a little something from me. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I didn't actually get as messy as I did last time I tried it, but as I said, washing your hair is just the amount of friction you need to get the ink off your hands. Or that's how I get away with being grubby for the rest of the day, because I say, I'll just wash my hair tomorrow. My brother knows. So yeah, I'm covered. But it's fun, right? Anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you here next Sunday. Thanks. Have a great day.